What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal today, man. Hope you guys have all had a great weekend and are enjoying your Sunday. You guys know what time it is, man. Time for another live startup mock draft with rookies. We might do some landing spots today as well for the 2023 Dynasty Fantasy Football season. Super excited to draft with you guys today. Super excited to just talk some fantasy football today and have some fun. You guys know what it is, man. So hit that like button on the way in, hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel, hop in the live chat, let me know what's popping. We got a lot to talk about today. We've obviously had the NFL Combine going on over the weekend, so we have a lot to discuss there. Have some other updates to go over, and we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna talk some fantasy football like always. So let's go ahead and set the draft order here, and we're going to kick off in exactly 2 minutes. I'll let you guys know on Discord we're kicking off at 4:40 p.m. Eastern time sharp. So if you guys aren't here, you'll probably have time to hop back in because this will be a relatively longer draft. Let me take a look here at the draft settings. Make sure we've got everything good to go. We've got third round reversal on, so we'll go ahead and we'll leave that on for today's draft. 3 receivers, 2 flex spots. Second flex spot is only for receivers and running backs. We've got 10 bench spots. We should be good to go, guys. Let's do it. So there's your draft order. Let's get into it, man. So about 2 minutes here and we'll kick off. So yeah, I'll hop into the live chat in just a second. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Thank you to those of you who are drafting with me today. And let's do it, man. So, we haven't really got to talk about the combine at all yet here on the channel, so there's really a lot of places we could start. Obviously, Anthony Richardson yesterday just absolutely lit it up. A 4.43 second 40, a 4.50 vertical, and a 10.09 broad jump. The vertical and broad jump that he set were literal records for the quarterback position. The 40 he ran was the 4th fastest by a quarterback in the combine since 2003. So obviously Richardson's draft stock that was already kind of starting to rise is going to only further rise. I think Richardson at the moment is right up there in the conversation with Bryce Young, who did not do anything at the combine except report his measurements. He did come in at 200 pounds. He probably has a lot of water weight, but nonetheless, right? And CJ Stroud didn't do all the activities or drills, whatever you want to call them. But he did throw, and he looked great throwing as well. So CJ Stroud was, I don't have his exact 40 time, but actually no, he did not run the 40, I'm sorry. So yeah, but he looked good throwing. So Richardson's kind of like taking over the combine conversation, I feel like. All right, let's go ahead and start today's draft. So yeah, we're kicking off another live 2023 fantasy football startup draft for the 2023 Dynasty season. So we're missing a couple people, looks like, but you guys will have time to hop in. Tight ends looked good yesterday. Darnell Washington had a great 40. JSN looked great in his cone work, right? I mean, you had receivers look good. I mean, I don't know. Draft class looks good right now. So DJ Turner still holding the fastest 40 time out of all positions, all players at 4.26 seconds. The fastest receiver was Trey Palmer out of Nebraska at 4.33. And you got Darius Davis out of TCU at 4.36 seconds. Matt Landers out of Arkansas at 4.37. Let me go and make this pick here. We got Allen Mahomes, Hurts off the board. I'll go Burrow. Give me Joe Burrow. So Jalen Hyatt pretty quick at 4.4. Marvin Mims out of Oklahoma at 4.38. Bryce Ford and Wheaton out of West Virginia at 4.38. Let's look for a couple other notable names. Zay Flowers at 4.42 was a little bit slower than anticipated, but nonetheless, not a bad time. You have to imagine some of these players are kind of keeping something in the tank for some of the cone drills, some of the receiving drills, things like that as well. So he did come in a little bit slower than I think expected. So Anthony Richardson, literally, put this in perspective, was 0.1 seconds slower than Zay Flowers, which is pretty impressive. The next quarterback would be, I mean, it's going to probably take me a while. Josh Downs ran a 4.48. Jordan Addison ran a 4.49. Yeah, I mean, the next quarterback, Rashee Rice at a 4.51. Max Duggan at 4.52 seconds. Max Duggan had a pretty good day as well. Kind of quarterback, kind of lingering back in rankings and everything, but definitely someone who can play ball out of TCU. So Malik Cunningham out of Louisville is very fast as well at 4.53. All right, we lost Godfather. He'll hop in here if he can, I'm sure. But you had some good 40 times. Tight ends look good as well. So we got a lot we can get into. We'll kind of talk about this throughout today's mock. But like I said, Anthony Richardson is kind of taking over the entire conversation, I feel like. And listen, I really do like Anthony Richardson. We've talked about Richardson for the last couple of weeks, really, especially in our Dynasty mocks, you know. And he's definitely been someone I've been a fan of. I think you could get somewhere, you know, realistically in terms of a comp between like a Josh Allen and a Cam Newton, right? When Josh Allen was coming out of college, right, he was kind of viewed as a project, and he was developed perfectly, you know? You look at a player like Richardson, not the most accurate passer, right? Doesn't always make the best decisions, but it's an absolute freak athlete, right? So there will be some questions about Richardson, absolutely. But obviously, like I said, I mean, his draft capital is rising by the day. And I believe he's going to have a pro day, right? So that will probably only add to things as well. But yeah, I'm excited to see more Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. I don't know if Young is going to have a pro day, though. I mean, let's think of Bryce Young, right? He doesn't need to do anything, right? The measurements came in a little bit better. Like I said, came in at 200 pounds. So that was the big thing, right? The weight, obviously the height's not going to be any different, right? But I did want to check. Let's see. Have the running backs done their drills, right? Because I know when I last checked, offensive linemen were the only... let's see. Yeah, if you guys have updates on the running backs, let me know. Because... let's see. I may have found it here. So I found the measurements. But yeah, if you guys have updates, I haven't seen anything from any of the running backs. So just let me know. Because there's, I mean, I really want to break that down as well. So, all right, we can come back to all this. And let me hop into the live chat for just a second here. And we keep talking about the combine and everything that we've got. All right, Godfather, what's up, bro? Hello. Hope you're doing well, man. Thomas says, my answer to the poll question is none of the above. Going with Richardson. Yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to go closer to Richardson. I still think I like Bryce Young and Stroud more in terms of pure football skill. Godfather, I see that you said your mock is lagging here. Let me see. Yeah, because, I don't know. Now it's lagging for me. All right, we'll try and see if that improves. Let me go ahead and think about this next pick. Guess I'm not getting Kyler. I don't think I was anyways, but... where do I want to go here? I'm glad I remembered its third round reversal, because I was almost planning out this pick with also having the 3.9. But it looks like... I don't know why I'm looking at this screen. I have this on my second screen. It looks like some of the rankings have changed. Interesting. Yeah, rankings have definitely changed, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I don't know where I want to go here. I'm going to pick a receiver. I'm going to go Amon-Ra. Try and switch it up a little bit. Usually I go back-to-back quarterbacks. All right, back to the chat. Good to see you, by the way, Thomas. Hope you're doing well, man. I'm glad you got to draft with us today. I know you've been itching for a mock. J-Dubs, what's up, what's up? Godfather, Anthony Richardson is the darling of this year's draft. Who'll be the team to take him? There'll be a team to trade up for that untapped potential. Yeah. So, talked about potentially going over some landing spots today. I just found a random mock. I mean, you can really go just about anywhere and find a mock, but I've got one here with the Colts trading up to number 1 to get Bryce Young. Anthony Richardson going to the Texans. And then the Panthers taking C.J. Stroud at 3. The Bears pushing back to pick 4, taking Jalen Carter. And then the Hawks going as Will Anderson out of Alabama, taking an edge rusher. Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon going to the Lions at 6. Will Levis going to the Raiders at 8. Tyree Wilson, edge rusher out of Texas Tech, going to the Falcons at 8. Myles Murphy, kind of interesting, out of Clemson, quarterback, going to the Cardinals. I don't know if I agree with that pick necessarily. Then Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois, corner, going to the Eagles at 10. Can you believe the Eagles have a top 10 pick? This specific mock has the first receiver off the board, and Quentin Johnston, who I love, out of TCU, going to the Texans at 12. So in that scenario, you would have the Texans drafting Anthony Richardson as well as Quentin Johnston, first 12 picks. So that is a little top 12 landing spot for you guys. Keep that up in mind. Sir Bongs-a-lot, hello, hello. Taylor says CJ Stroud looked good yesterday, 100%, man. Throws are great. Made for TV, what's up, what's up? Always good to have you, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the store with your family. That is what I'm doing after this mock. When we're doing the draft order for the real Dynasty draft, I guess that's probably something we can go ahead and set up pretty shortly here. All right. Wow. So we see Bryce Young got at 2.11. Richardson got at 2.12. I was interested to see where they fell out to. There goes Barkley. A lot of good running backs sitting here. But I have not been going running back early in these mocks. I'm going to go receiver here. It's just too hard. I'm going to go with my boy. I'm going to go with Devonta. I'm trying to draft a little bit differently today. Let's see. Oh, Bobby says running backs are about to start. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Thomas says Flowers looked good yesterday for sure. Sarcastic said it was laggy for me too. Yeah, whenever that happens, my advice would be just to close out of everything. And like even like if you need to like delete the app and re-download it, then log back in. Thomas says I was gonna say I noticed the ADP changed. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I started to look at things. James says Gonzalez is a good pick. I'll take it. Yeah, I like that pick too. Third round reversal is whack, especially since the league's already agreed against it. Why are we mocking with it? I don't think that the league has agreed on it. I don't think we ever even put that to a vote. So, yeah, I don't think that's been put to a vote yet. Has it? Oh, 12 days ago. Dang, it really is 6-1. All right, where am I at here? Who do I want to go with? Should I go with a veteran receiver here? So much talent sitting there. I don't even know where I want to go. I'll go Metcalf. I mean, that basically locks up receiver for me for a minute. Godfather things seem to be working for the draft now. Let's go. All right. Maybe after I reloaded it, I fixed it. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, we'll put a revote on with third round reversal. We'll kind of make that decision. And I know we haven't necessarily decided on when we are doing our actual drafts. If we're doing a slow draft, I mean, I think we did decide on a slow draft. Let's see. Yeah, we did vote on a slow draft. I just got to figure out when we're going to start it. Probably right after the actual NFL draft. It's kind of what we had talked about before. I don't think there's going to be any realistic way for me to stream the draft. Well, you guys are drafting fast. Pick after pick after pick here. But we can kind of talk about that stuff the next coming week or so. All right, let's see here. Here's some sleeper updates for you guys. Raiders could pursue Jimmy Garoppolo. so that makes sense, right? Josh McDaniels being there. Kansas City reportedly will attempt to re-sign Juju Smith-Schuster. Teams have Clyde Edwards-Helaire on their trade radar. We've talked about that. Super young, but a good late-round dynasty pick for sure. That's about it. That's about it. So I don't want to pull up the combine and run it on my computer, but I might try. I feel like it's going to make, like last time I did something like that, it made the stream a little bit laggy. And I don't want to pull up on my phone because that's how I play music. So, but let's take a look here, right? Vertical. Where did so let's just look. Okay, I gotta make this draft pick real quick. Will Levis, a good pick there. Take a running back. Go Pierce. Just gonna try and draft a little bit different. Thomas says was gonna grab Adams at 4.5, but decided JSN. Yeah, I thought about Adams there. I thought about JSN too. Decided to go with Metcalf. Go with 3 guys who have established roles, all at age 25 or younger. So I feel pretty good there. Kind of fills out those first 3 receiver spots in nice fashion. Hopefully get some later round rookie receiver value as well as veteran value, right? All right, so best vertical out of the receiver group was Bryce Ford Wheaton out of West Virginia. He did a nice overall combine. Rashee Rice was number 2. Well, actually, he tied with Wheaton at 41 inches. Quentin Johnston, 40.5, just under the mark there. Jalen Hyatt at 40 inches. Jason Brownlee out of Southern Miss at 39.5, who was tied with quite a few other receivers. Tyler Scott, Marvin Mims, Demario Douglas, and Wicks out of UVA, as well as receiver out of Princeton. I'm going to totally butcher his name. Andre Eusebius? I don't know how to say that. Josh Downs not too far back either, 38.5, as well as Ronnie Bell out of Michigan at 38.5. Broad jump, Jalen Hyatt had the best mark there at 11.3 inches. Demario Douglas, as well as Quentin Johnston at 11.2. I'm going to make this pick here. I'm going to take my tight end and go Freiermuth here. But I am interested to see, so the 3 cone time, I mean, JSN just absolutely destroyed that drill at 6.5 seconds. The next best mark is my boy out of Princeton, once again. I'm not going to try to say his name again. At 6.85 seconds. And you got 6.89, DeBoose out of Charlotte, Marvin Mims out of Oklahoma at 6.9, Hutchinson out of Iowa State at 6.91. So that's your top 5, and JSN, I mean, ahead of the group by nearly 30 seconds. So I mean, he looked phenomenal during that drill. All right, let's take a look at some of the tight ends, though. Obviously, a super deep tight end class, right? Luke Musgrave, out of kind of like your top tight end players that we've talked about, right? Musgrave had the best mark at 4.61 seconds in the 40-yard dash. Will Mallory out of Miami had a 4.54. He was the top of the crew. Darnell Washington at 4.64. Michael Mayer came in at 4.7. I don't know if that's really going to matter. Let's see how they did. Best vertical jump was Zach Kuntz out of Old Dominion at 40. Yeah, he had a great mark compared to the other players here. Michael Mayer at 32.5. Michael Mayer didn't really have a great combine in terms of like your classic drills, but like I said, I don't think it's going to matter. He had a 9.10 broad jump. Luke Musgrave at 10.5 on the broad jump. Darnell Washington at 10.2. Best bench was 23 reps, tied for both Brenton Strange and Zach Kuntz out of... Oh, and Tucker Kraft. So you had a 3-way tie. Anyone cares about that. Let's see here. No data available for running backs yet. But yeah, there's a couple other marks for you guys. Bobby, I just joined a Dynasty League last year. Took over a team. I joined a startup league this year. So my first draft this year. We do ours on June 3rd. Gonna be exciting, man. Let's go. Let's go. I need to pay attention here. I feel like I probably have to go quarterback with this next pick. So I'll go Goff. I want to see what would happen. I mean, I'm pretty fortunate that Goff fell out there, especially after Trey Lance, Danny Dimes, and Kenny Pickett went. But yeah, I wanted to see what would happen here if I held off at quarterback. I don't know that Goff is realistically going to last till 7.9. But I'll take him all day right there for sure. So we'll see what I want to do at this next turn. I might try and lock him another running back. That would kind of give me a nice start to my core roster. Burrow, Dameon Pierce, another running back. Amon-Ra, Devonta Smith, DK Metcalf, Pat Freiermuth, Jared Goff in the super flex. Obviously, we still have 2 other flex spots to fill, but put me at a decent spot to start, right? So, Bobby, my first round pick is 1.7. Not the worst place to pick from. Not the best. There's a realistic chance. Well, is it a startup mock or a rookie mock? I guess the question. Or is it oh no, you said it was a startup. That's right. Yeah, I think you've got a strong chance to get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert right there at 1.7. So that's the good news. All right, I would have loved Pacheco here. I'm going to sarcastic scoop him up at 7.12. A good pick there. Where do I want to go? Like I said, I do think I want to go running back here. I just feel like there's good running back value in later rounds. I'm taking a rookie receiver. Give me Hyatt. So this mock draft I've got pulled up here has got Hyatt going at pick 32 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's take a look here at some of the rookies, right? Quentin Johnston in this specific mock was the first receiver off the board to the Texans at 1.12. Zay Flowers in this specific mock went at pick 26 to the New York Giants. Jordan Addison. Let's see. Went to the Green Bay Packers at 1.15. We already went over quarterbacks, but Will Levis went to the Raiders. The specific mock. Where's JSN going in this specific mock? Let's see. Went at pick 23 to the Baltimore Ravens. It's a little bit further back than some of the other receivers, right? Where's Bijan going in this mock? Or did he go in the first round? I'll have a better way of pulling up these. Bijan Robinson went at pick 31 to the Eagles. Would be a dream landing spot, right? Especially if Miles Sanders is not back. Even though you guys know I love my boy Kenneth Gainwell. But yeah, so there's a couple more landing spots for you guys. Obviously, this mock had a couple trades involved too. So Michael Mayer, who just went off the board here, 9.3 to Tay, went to the Chargers at pick 22. Be a nice fit, right? I can also see the Lions. I mean, they've got pick 18 as well as pick 6. I could see the Lions drafting a tight end as well. All right. I got to about this next pick. There goes Evan Ingram. Love that pick right there. All right, I'm probably going to go running back here. feel like I should have probably gone running back to my last pick. That's okay. I'm going to tight end. Go Cole Kmet. Just didn't love the running backs on the board. Yeah, I almost went Akers over Hyatt, as well as Rashad White or Dylan Jones, Brian Robinson. So tight end premium. We'll lock up a second tight end here. I'm good at that. And then we'll see what happens, man. Probably will go running back at 10.3. Feel pretty good about this receiving room, especially adding Hyatt to the mix. And plus, we've got that one flex spot where we could play a tight end. And it being tight end premium, I like Freiermuth and Cole Kmet quite a bit. So I like the start to this team a lot. Thomas needed tight end, was hoping he was there. Yeah, I like that pick a lot for you, man. Ingram's a great value, 9.8. It does look like Evan Ingram's going to be back with the Jaguars under the franchise tag. So I like that news. I love the pick of Josh Downs there at 9.12. I think it's a great value. You guys can't see the full board. Sorry. I've been talking too much. There we go. I love the Brock Purdy pick here. I'm all for Purdy as a late round selection right now. A lot of good players available at the moment, man. A lot of good players. I'm going to go ahead and draft Monty. Don't know where he's going to be next year. 25 years old. Obviously a lot of injury history, but I'll scoop him up here, get kind of like a veteran-esque presence next to Dameon Pierce as my RB2. Don't love the pick. Don't hate it. I was really hoping Pacheco would have fell out to 8.4. Almost went Pacheco at 7.9, but I just felt like I had to scoop up Goff. I mean, no one else took a quarterback between those picks, but maybe it was just because of the available quarterbacks. But either way, I like Hyatt a lot there, right? Add a rookie receiver, why not? So I feel like it's a pretty good start to the draft here. Let's go, let's go. All right, so running back prospects are about to start their 40-yard dash drills. So if you guys are watching, let me know how things are looking. But yeah, I feel like we touched on just about everything major when it comes to the combine. I guess Bijan Robinson is doing drills today, right? That's definitely something to pay attention to. Jalen Hyatt had a great combine. Sixth best 40-yard dash at 4.4. Vertical jump was the fourth best at 40 inches. Broad jump was the first best at 135 inches. I think Hyatt could definitely land in the first round. Like I said, in the current mock we've got pulled up, he's going to the Kansas City Chiefs, the final pick. Be interesting to see, like, because I think, you know, more of these mocks are going to shift slightly after the running back drills today. So it'll be interesting to see, like, if any running backs rise up on boards or kind of fall back a little bit. Because I think realistically, we probably won't have a lot of running backs in the first round, if more than one, right? I think Bijan might be the only lock to go in the first round. You'll have a couple go early in the second round, the mid-second round as well. But be interesting if anyone does anything crazy enough to become a first rounder. Maybe a Zach Charbonnet, someone who I really, really like, right? Zach Evans, Devin Acklin are the other two running backs off the board in terms of this rookie class so far in today's draft. So be interesting to see how the running backs perform and everything today. Get some updates going later. There goes Sean Tucker in our draft here. All right, where do I want to go? I don't have a queue up at all. Go Gibson. Still young. Age 24. Take that all day. I need to make a queue and make sure I'm paying attention here. Alright. Sorry guys, just trying to get my queue going here. I feel okay about this squad. Really the only thing I don't have is like that third quarterback that I believe in. Like when I picked Purist, you know, I could have gotten like Danny Dimes there and got Goff at 7.9. I almost, like I said, I usually go with a second quarterback in the second round, right? And I was very, very close to going with Young or Richardson right there. But I did not. Went with Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I don't hate the way this draft is shaping out. I actually wanted Brock Purdy. I thought Purdy would fall out a little bit later. So the question is, do I go quarterback here? Or do I hold off? Got Stafford and Hendon Hooker sitting right here. I may just go for another receiver, running back. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to draft another receiver here. A lot of players I like available. That is the one thing, right? Receiver is always a deep position. Always, always. I love this receiver room we have right now, though. But the thing is, we're playing 3 receivers, and we can play up to 3 in the flex, including the super flex. I'll go Darnell Mooney here. Like that pick a lot. And we'll move right along. Ban Team 2 from mocking, leaving mid-draft. I mean, it happens sometimes. Sometimes people have things going on. I don't even remember who was at pick 2, but it happens sometimes. It is what it is. You've basically got a full house. So, what do you mean when you have a queue up? Oh, queue as in Q-U-E-U-E. As in just like a list of players that I'm ranking on the side here that I would like to draft. Essentially all that means. But yeah, it just kind of helps you keep organized, and instead of when it's time to pick, like you're looking all over the place, going down the list and everything, you just kind of have everything in front of you. Makes it a lot easier. So that little like notepad looking thing to the right of each player's name will add them to your queue, and then you can locate your queue next to your roster and where the chat is as well. So yeah, that's all that is, my dude. All right, which I'm currently continuing to throw together on the side. Zach Wilson is available, guys. So you know. He's the best. All right, I need to... Wow, second time I did that. I'm not on my game. Sorry, guys. Blocking the draft board with my big head. All right, I feel pretty good about my queue for the moment. Should be good to go there. I'm kind of torn on this next pick. Yeah, exactly, Thomas. Exactly. I don't know if the star... What does the star do? I don't know what the star does, to be honest. But the notepad thing adds them to your queue. I don't know what that star does. Alright, who am I going to pick here, man? Zach Wilson is gone. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go Zay Jones just because I want him on my team. So it puts my receiving room at Amon-Ra, Devonta Smith, Metcalf, Hyatt, Mooney, and Jones. I love that wide receiver room. I could probably hold off at the position for a minute. Freiermuth and Kmet at tight end. I feel pretty good there. Running backs, I've just got Purist, Monty, and Gibson. We're going to need running back help. And then We've got Burrow and Goff. So I'll take a risk here. I'll go Hendon Hooker. Might as well, right? Did Hooker... He didn't do anything yesterday, right? Did he throw? I don't know off the top of my head. None of the quarterbacks did the bench press. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, we'll take a little risk on Hooker there. I mean, we kind of need that third quarterback. We might even need a fourth. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Help you guys see what's going on. Let me scroll up just. There we go. That should work. Coast to Coast likes Tay's team. Tay knows what he's doing. T-Law and Pickett, a nice little combo there. That's right, Mr. Sarcastic. Hooker's still rehabbing his ACL tear. That's right, he didn't do anything. I've seen some monks out there where Hooker is like quarterback going in like late first round, early second, just because of the potential. I don't think I don't love Hooker as my third quarterback, but going with the best rookie on the board, I think is really the only route. I mean, the other option is Desmond Ridder, right? You got Garoppolo sitting here. Garoppolo could be a starter, but how much value does that really bring you in Dynasty? Probably not a whole lot. But same time, it's super flex. Sometimes you got to make those decisions, right? So my goal for this rest of this draft here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. Need to get some running back depth as youthful as possible. Excuse me, as Devin Singletary's off the board. We move into the 15th round. Need to grab another tight end, and I'll grab one more receiver as well. Put me at what, 8 receivers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought I had 7. 1, 2, 3. No, I have 6. So yeah, I'd like to have 7 to 8. Just because we're playing so many receivers on a weekly basis, right? So yeah, feel okay right now. All right, Michael Thomas kicks off the 15th round. I love this pick here, Nick. I love Darnell Washington right now. Had a great combine. Looked really good in some of the drills out there. Made like a crazy one-handed catch. You know, those one-handed catches, man, they'll hype you up in the offseason. So that's all I need to see, right? All right, I'm just looking across the board, seeing who's available. A lot of players I like still out here. Claypool, Renfro, Mims off the board here. Yeah, a lot of good players available. There goes Donta Foreman. I don't hate the idea of going Chuba Hubbard, Donta Foreman at like back-to-back picks towards the end of the draft. I guess technically we got to see if Foreman is re-signed or not. Right? He's set to be a free agent, I believe. All right, a couple players I like here. A couple routes I like for sure. Go Dwayne McBride here. I need a rookie running back somewhere. I like McBride a lot. A little bit ahead of ADP there. But that's okay. I was hoping I'd somehow land Kenneth Gainwell. I feel like with more and more buzz going to the Eagles potentially drafting a rookie running back, we might see Gainwell fall back a little bit. But I don't know. I think really what it comes down to is I need to start selecting Gainwell ahead of his ADP because I just like Kenneth Gainwell. All right. There are a lot of players I really like available right now. But I'm going to take Sam Howell because I'm not convinced I have a third quarterback available going into this season, hypothetically, right? That gives me 4 more bench spots. I think I can find some late round running back value and late round receiver value. Looking at available quarterbacks, Garoppolo, Malik Willis, Tannehill, Tanner McKee, Stetson Bennett, Baker Mayfield, Max Duggan, Sam Darnold, Mike White. That's about all you got, right? So, and I know some of you guys out there like Sam Howell as a late round pick, so I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go and scoop him up here. But looking at receivers available, there are a lot of wide receivers I really like here. And I would like to come out of this draft with one more tight end. Daniel Bellinger, who just went at 15.12, and Cade Otton at 16.6. 2 players that I absolutely love at the position in terms of late round selections, and they're off the board here. But yeah, you guys have taken on a lot of these mocks that I really, really like towards the end of Dynasty mocks. Antonio, what's up, bro? Hello, hello. Michael, my team's a little ugly. I think your team is okay, but you'd be playing a little bit of win now. Bobby says Gibbs ran an unofficial 4.4. Yeah, I'm interested to see which running back runs the fastest 40, for sure. Thomas says Foreman to Seattle. I could actually see that as well. Yeah, keep us updated, Bobby, with what you're seeing. So Sky Moore goes here at 16.10. I almost went with Sky Moore at 15.9 or 16.4. Like, I know Sky Moore had a really underwhelming rookie season, but like, if looking at this roster I've got right here, right? So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 receivers. Like Sky Moore as her 7th receiver at age 22, just like super young. He's on the Chiefs. Like, played well in the Super Bowl. Right, played well actually in the playoffs, or I would say the AFC Championship game in the Super Bowl. Could be a bigger part of this team. No touchdowns in the regular season, just 250 receiving yards. Like a super, super disappointing season. But can he get it back together? Potentially. Is it worth the risk? I think so, as a late round pick to your receiver depth at such a young age, right? I like Tyler Boyd still at the end of the draft, a little bit older, of course, at 28. I love Josh Palmer at age 23 towards the end of drafts. I love Alec Pierce. Really, really like Alec Pierce, age 22, right? Underwhelming rookie season. Had some flashes. Had a point in the season full PPR where it was like, oh, yeah. Like, I mean, Matt Ryan was targeting him a ton, right? But then kind of came back to earth. Then Matt Ryan played again. And, Alec Pierce had another good game. And then, I mean, the Colts were just a mess, right? But I do think, right, if the Colts move in the right direction this coming season, and if they get a quarterback who can do anything, right? I think that Alec Pierce could kind of develop into a really, really nice kind of, I'll go Chase Brown here. A really, really nice kind of possession type receiver who could bring a lot of value in fantasy leagues, especially in full PPR formats, right? So, yeah, I love Pierce at the end of drafts for sure. All right, Tom Brady's off the board. Let's go, baby. All right, so scooped up 2 rookie running backs here. Feel pretty good about that. And that's kind of been in a lot of these mocks. Like, I'm almost going kind of hero running back, but I'm still sticking with a young guy, right? So I go Dameon Pierce. So you guys know I loved Pierce coming into last season. At age 23, I like him there, but obviously there's some options like Ramondre Stevenson, Zach Charbonnet. But I think Tyler Algier, Isaiah Pacheco available there as well, even Cam Akers. But I think when I go with that kind of hero running back style, I don't necessarily want to pick a rookie. Like, I want to pick someone who I understand their given role on their team. And then as we move into later drafts, like trying to get some veterans who are still somewhat young, right? Monty at 25, Gibson at 24, and then go with 2 rookies, right? And that's kind of been where I've been in a lot of these dynasty mocks, right? The running back position just doesn't hold as much merit to me. We'll take Curtis Samuel right here, which I really like that pick at 18.4, age 26. Very frustrating player at times, right? But I love him at that value at 18.4, and some good receiver value. Right, we got Sam Howell, so I don't know what that means, but hey, listen, I grew up a Washington fan, so for me, trusting any Washington player is really tough to do, but I expect pure disappointment out of Sam Howell and Curtis Samuel on this team. Chase, what's up, bro? Hello. Yeah, good point. Hartman will be gone, right? Juju's up in the air. It looks like they're trying to get that done. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney could be interesting for sure. Obviously, Tony's going to be. Where did he go tonight? At 11.10. So, yeah. Nick says my team is horrible. You're winning now at quarterback. I don't know. I don't think it's horrible. Quarterback could be a little bit of an issue in a super flex league, but other than that, like if McBride and Washington hit, you got JT Swift, Henry, Mixon, acting at running back. Lamb, Hill, Addison, Lockett, Moore, DPJ, Boyd, Pierce. Your receiver room's really good. I don't think it's horrible. Seen worse. Taylor says sniped by J Dubs. Yeah, I thought about going with Shaheed actually with one of these two picks. I think Shaheed's a great pick. Had some really good flashes at the end of the season. Age 24, right? Thomas, I was going to say I like my team besides my quarterbacks. Grabbed Hill just in case could be used as my quarterback. I like it. Yeah, I wouldn't literally not touch Zach Wilson with a 10-foot pole. I was totally joking when I made that comment earlier, but I would not draft Zach Wilson. I think the only way Zach Wilson gets any play time next year is if someone in front of him is hurt, right? I would take Hooker, Ritter, Garoppolo, Howell, even Stetson Bennett and McKee, Malik Willis, Tannehill, and Huntley all over Zach Wilson. But these things happen, right? This is why we mock. The other quarterback available, I would take Max Duggan. I'd probably even take Baker Mayfield because there's a chance that Mayfield is a bridge quarterback or even a starter out potentially next season as well. So, all right, I got to pay attention here. I totally forgot I wanted to draft Luke Musgrave. It was okay. I totally meant to draft rookie tight end in this draft, but it's all good. I mean, I love Cole Kmet and Pat Freiermuth. Like, I wouldn't even be that worried rolling into the season just with those two guys. That's how much I like them. All right, I'm known on my queue, so let me take a look here and just see who's available. Running backs are absolutely disgusting. There's nobody at running back. Well, okay. I mean, there's some players worth looking at. I'll go Van Jefferson here. Just one of those late round guys I'll take at the end of Dynasty drafts, the end of best ball drafts, so I'll take him here. Yeah, what does that put me at? 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs. I don't know if another running back's going to hold enough merit here. It's either tight end or running back with this final pick. I actually thought about going TDP there. So I like that pick. I mean, he's still super young. Age 22. Other running backs here, I mean, McKinnon, is he worth taking a look at? I think, is Kansas City going to bring him back? I love the Max Duggan pick at 20.1. Zonovan Knight is super young. He's 21. But he's going to have Brees and Michael Carter in front of him, right? Although, he got playtime last year. Jordan Mason's available at age 23. Isaiah Spiller. Cordell Patty and Cheese. Looking at receivers. Once again, I'm going to take a tight end. I mean, it's Will Mallory or Tucker Kraft. We'll go Kraft. Oh. Never mind. I got auto-picked. We'll take Isaiah Spiller. That's fine. I knew it was getting close. Spiller, obviously, you guys remember Spiller was a huge conversation last year and just ended up behind Eckler and Joshua Kelly. So, oh well, we'll add Spiller to the squad. Just take a little asterisk and understand we could have got a rookie tight end right there. It's all good. Zach Wilson is Jamarcus Russell. Actually, I'm sure you've seen this, but if you line up like their statistics, like I don't know if it's like whatever it's through, right? Like however many games, they're like identical. It's crazy. Devin Ackney, fastest time so far at 4.32. Taylor says Gibbs came in at 4.36. Let's go, let's go. I like it. What did McIntosh come in at? Is Charbonnet running? I'll be interested in McBride, Chase Brown, and Charbonnet. As well as Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn. I kind of like that pick, Godfather, at 20.9. Going Kyle Trask. Could be a starter next year for some time. I like that. All right. It's time. Let me know if you guys want me to take a look at your squad. Coast to coast, I'm going to assume that's you at 1.3. That's what you're asking, right? Hurts, Purdy, Stenson Bennett at quarterback. Gooder, Dolchich, likely. I love the tight end room. Stenson Bennett is probably worth the 17.10 pick. But how confident are you in this quarterback room going into the season, I guess, is the question. Obviously, it hurts. You're fine. Is Purdy delayed this year with the elbow injury? And is Bennett going to be able to give you starter value right away? You might be super flexing a non-quarterback, which is not, like, I mean, it's doable, but it makes it a little bit of a disadvantage for your squad. But long term, I don't hate the quarterback room. I love the tight end room, man. Love it. Goddard, Dolchich, likely. I love that, man. C-Mac, Dobbins, Algier. We've got Condre Miller at running back, Rashad Penny and TDP in the 18th and 19th rounds. Good running back room. Receivers, we got Kupp, Christian Watson, Mike Williams, Tony, John Mechie, Isaiah Hodgins, Terrace Marshall Jr., and Greg Dortch. I actually think you got really good receiver value throughout this draft. It's a good team. Yeah. I think you've got a good blend of youth, rookies, and veteran presence. I think the biggest issue is quarterback, right? If Purdy's not good to go right away and Bennett's not starting, which I don't think Bennett's going to be a starter right away, you're going to have an issue in a super flex league. But like I said, you can get by. It's going to have someone really consistent in that flex spot at receiver, running back, or tight end, right? So, but yeah, overall, still a pretty good team here. I think like late round value was really on point for you. Like 11th round through the 20th round, I love all those selections. So, all right, J-Dubs up next. What we do today, man? What do we do? Tua time, Trey Lance, Mac and Cheese, and Baker. How do you feel about that quarterback room? I'm interested. I know you love Trey Lance. How do you feel about the quarterback room overall? I don't hate it. Did you guys see there's rumors about Mac Jones getting traded to the Raiders? I don't think it's going to happen, but Kyle Pitts and Dalton Kincaid, Jawan Johnson. I like the tight end room. There is a potential that Johnson's not with the Saints. I think that's the number one thing you got to look out for with Jawan Johnson. I think if he stays with the Saints, I love him at 19.6. Receivers, J.J. Judy, Quentin Johnston, Gabe Davis, Randall Robinson, Thornton, and Shaheed. I love the receiver room. I love this receiver value throughout the draft. I don't love Gabe Davis. Like, I'd rather take Tyler Lockett right there, Mooney, even Sutton, Keenan Allen, before I take Gabe Davis. But I get the upside. I don't think it's too bad of a pick considering the rest of your receivers. Running backs, Breece Hall, Rashad White, Jamal Williams, Chuba, and Foreman, Michael Carter. Good running back room. I mean, maybe you try to sprinkle a rookie in here. But you still got some good youth with Chuba and Rashad White and Breece Hall, right? And even like Michael Carter and Foreman aren't that old. Oh, Foreman's 26, Carter's 23, right? Jamal Williams, 27. So, I mean, not too ugly, right? Yeah. This feels like a very J-Dubs team. I like it. I think the biggest question mark is quarterback, right? How much of a ceiling does Mac Jones have? How much consistency do you get out of Mayfield? What is Trey Lance going to be next year? And what is Tua going to be? Some question marks at quarterback. But overall, good little squad here. Let's see. Taylor at 1.10. All right, quarterbacks. We got T-Law, Pickett, and Ritter. I like this quarterback room. I do. I think With a guy like Ritter, though, maybe you just want to take one more quarterback. I mean, even if it's Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield at the end of the draft, even if it's Stetson Bennett, Sam Howell, Garoppolo, right? I would be more comfortable taking a fourth quarterback, but that's the thing, right? Like we just talked about. You don't necessarily have to start a quarterback in the super flex spot, but I do feel like you have a little bit of a disadvantage if you don't. But long-term, T-Law, Pickett, and Ritter, 3 very good picks. Andrews, Mayer, and Irv Smith. I like the tight end room. I'm not crazy about Irv Smith. He is set to hit free agency, so we'll see where he lands. Still young, though, so it's not an awful pick. 24, so. But behind Mayer and Andrews, I feel pretty good. Wilson, J-Mo, Pickens, Bateman, Mims, Moore, Chark. Good receiver room. Love Wilson and Pickens. J-Mo gives you that upside. I like Mims a lot and Sky Moore. And Bateman's probably worth the 11th round pick for sure. Bijan, Cook, Connor, Spears, Madison. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. I'm not going to butcher it for you guys. And Keaton Mitchell out of East Carolina. So, yeah. Some good rookie running backs at the end. I love Madison in the 13th round at age 24. Get 2 good veterans in Cook and Connor. I like that a lot. I mean, Cook, 27. Connor, 27. Listen, running backs get hurt. It is what it is, right? You got Bijan. So, like, I actually like this running back room a lot. Yeah, I like this squad, man. How do you feel about it long term? I think it's a good squad. All right. Godfather, what'd you do, my dude? Lamar, CJ Stroud, Russell Wilson, Kyle Trask. Love the quarterback room. Literally nothing that I could say bad about it, right? Superflex. Keep a guy like Kyle Trask on your bench. What's the worst that can happen? You can drop him, right? Russ, Stroud, and Jackson I like quite a bit. Schultz and Waller were good values there. Get some veteran presence here. I like Jelani Woods in the 17th round. I don't think there's much more you could have done at tight end, right? I mean, he went back-to-back there. I'm fine with the tight end room. Scary Terry, Debo, Dotson, Timmy Patrick, my guy, Romeo Doubs, Hunter Renfrow, and then we've got Parker Washington out of Penn State. So interesting receiver room. But I like it, right? Maybe a little bit too much stock into Washington, but at the same time, like I would have taken Christian Kirk over Dotson there. I know Dotson's younger, but even Quentin Johnston over Dotson, just to diversify a little bit. Or on the flip side, you could have gone Jerry Jeudy over Scary Terry, Pittman over Scary Terry, Godwin, right? But at the same time, I mean, go with your own conviction. But I would have tried to diversify. Like I said earlier, I just don't want to trust Washington too much. Running backs, Eckler, Harris, Dillon, Ibrahim, Vaughn, and McIntosh. I love the running back room, man. 3 rookies. 3 guys who are, have an established role. I know you love Najee. I know you love that value tonight. I think it's a great value at 4.9, and I'm all for Eckler. If you guys take Eckler or C-Mac, Barkley, I'm not going to argue with it at all. Not even close. So, yeah, good little squad. Not my favorite late-round receivers, but I still think, late-round receivers that made a lot of sense, right? You got Dobbs at 22, Renfrow 27, Patrick's older than I thought he was, 29. Then you got Washington in terms of rookies. So, yeah, man. How do you feel about the squad? I like it. All right, Michael. We got Herbert, Kyler, Geno, staph infection. I don't think it's a bad quarterback room. You could have gone for, I don't know, actually. You got Herbert at 24, Kyler at 25, Geno's 32, and staph infection's 35. So, yeah, I mean, even if you can throw in like a Hooker, a Stetson Bennett, McKee, Duggan, Malik Willis, Ritter, even if it's a later pick, I may have liked that over Stafford a little bit more. Because you kind of already got Geno in terms of like a bridge quarterback to hold you over while Kyler misses time. But ultimately, Herbert and Kyler Murray leading your quarterback room is fantastic, right? Kelsey and Conquo and Kate Otten, love this tight end room. Really, really love this tight end room. Love Conquo, age 23. Love Otten at age 23 as well. And you got Kelsey. Listen, Kelsey is one of those other guys, like, I get it. He's 33. He might only have 2 or 3 more years left in him. I think he sticks around as long as the Chiefs continue to have success, kind of see how that quote-unquote dynasty plays out. But if you guys are going to ride Travis Kelsey through his retirement, I literally have no problem with that whatsoever. Devontae Adams, Hopkins, Ridley, Evans, Raheem Jarrett out of Maryland, and Adam Thielen. So you are pretty close to win now at receiver. Ridley is actually age 28. Hopkins is 30. Adams is 30. Evans is 29. Obviously, you get one rookie. Then you got Thielen's at 32. So receiver from a dynasty perspective long term is not a great point. And from a win now perspective, you're fine though. So Pollard, Stevenson, Zach Evans, Kareem Hunt. We've got Johnson out of Texas. We've got Gray out of Oklahoma. And we've got Jeff Wilson. I like the running back room. A little bit more balance as opposed to the receiver room. So, yeah, not the best balance at receiver. But other than that, I think this is a really good squad. So, I mean, if you're going to roll the dice and play for win now at receiver for a bit, draft some receivers in the following season, your rookie draft, could work out for sure. All right, Thomas. Let's see. Thomas, glad you got to draft with us today. All right, we got Levis as your first quarterback. I don't hate that, but I do think if you go with a rookie quarterback as your first quarterback, as much as I like Zach Charbonnet and as much as I like him paired with Walker, Barkley, Akers, and Tucker, talk about a running back room, I would have automatically gone with a quarterback at 6.5 that you can trust right away, whether it's Danny Dimes, Kenny Pickett, Jared Goff, like those guys, veterans, so to speak, but still a little bit younger in terms of their career. I would have picked one of them at 6.5 in a heartbeat. Just because, rookie quarterbacks have a tendency to not start right away unless it's, I think Bryce Young and CJ Stroud at the moment are really the only two quarterbacks we can bank on potentially starting week one, right? So I think the other guys will be behind some. I mean, Levis is close, though. I don't know. Like in the mock we were referencing today, Levis went to the Raiders. Definitely potential he could start right away there. So I don't know. It's close. But all I'm saying is, right, you got to be a little bit cautious. The rookie quarterbacks, if you look at your quarterback room, you got Rodgers, Zach Wilson, and Darnold. You definitely be in a place where the quarterback position would be a challenge in a super flex league with these guys. You'd be starting Aaron Rodgers, and then I don't know if you'd be able to super flex a second quarterback right away. And we already went over the Zach Wilson thing. I actually don't mind Sam Darnold at 20.5. There's a potential that he's a bridge quarterback next year, get you some play time, right? But yeah, quarterback, a little bit of a question mark here, right? Tight ends, we got Ingram, Higbee, and Hill. I don't hate that. I would have liked to see, like, over Higbee, who is a little bit older than you might think at age 30. Like, I would have gone Kate Otten, even Jelani Woods, right? Luke Musgrave, like someone with a little bit, just a little bit younger, right? But overall, still a decent tight end room. I don't remember if Sleeper lets you play. I don't think Sleeper lets you play Taysom Hill. Yeah, they've got him listed just as a tight end. So just keep that in mind, guys, especially since we are playing Superflex. No, keep that in mind too, right? You can draft Taysom Hill and play him in the Superflex. So it's not like we're necessarily playing a double quarterback league, playing a Superflex league. So does Taysom Hill count as a quarterback on Sleeper? No. But we have a super flex spot that you can still play him in, and it is tight end premium. So that might actually help you out a little bit, right? But yeah, I don't mind the pick of Taysom Hill. I just like someone a little bit more youthful in there, right? Walker, Barkley, Charbonnet, Akers, Tucker, Jalen Warren. I love this running back room. That's about as good of a running back room as you can come out of a draft with, right? Walker and Barkley are going to be automatic starters for you. And you got Charbonnet for the long term. I love Akers. I love Tucker. I love the value of Jalen Warren at 17.8. That is a beautiful, beautiful running back room. A.J. Brown, JSN, Flowers, Myers, Lazard, Osborne, Odell Beckham. I like the receiver room. I really do. I'm not crazy about going after Beckham just because I don't know if Beckham's truthfully going to play again. But Lazard in the 14th round, Osborne in the 15th, Myers in the 12th. I love all those guys. You got Osborne at age 25, Lazard at age 27, Myers at age 26, and you got Flowers and JSN, two rookies, right? Then you got A.J. Brown at age 25 to lead your receiver room. Love the receiver room, love the running back room. I think you're okay at tight end. Like I said, would have liked one of those younger players at 16.5. And then we already talked about quarterback. But overall, good team. Probably my favorite running back room out of any of the squads. What's up, Albert? Good to see you, bro. Hello, hello. Oh, wow, I'm way behind on the chat. Okay, let me see here. Taylor, feel pretty good about my young running backs like that. Godfather, I don't feel Terry and Dotson will be staying in Washington. That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. J-Dubs, I like Tua, especially in the Dolphins are behind him. Going late round quarterback and Superflex is a challenge I like pursuing. Yeah, kind of pursued it as well today. Except I took a quarterback in the first. But good challenge, right? I've heard there's some rumors circulating right now that the Dolphins are looking at all options at quarterback, which is interesting. I won't be surprised if the Dolphins draft a quarterback, right? Especially if it's like a Duggan. I think Levis going to go too high, but like, I think Duggan would be a good fit there. I don't know. Coast to Coast, good draft today. Appreciate you, John. Right back at you, my dude. Nick, let's do a 10-second draft. I feel like 30 seconds is kind of the sweet spot, right? But maybe eventually. Thomas, true point on the quarterbacks by running backs are stacked. They are, for sure, for sure. You just got to be careful. Like in a Dynasty league, right? We're thinking very long term, and the quarterback position is going to hold a ton of merit in a Superflex league. Like, think about a team that has a Justin Fields and Deshaun Watson, right? You're going up against that squad on, right? In that particular week, if you don't have a second quarterback to play, you're going to be at a disadvantage because Watson's probably going to lock up 16 to 20 points. Fields going to lock up like 18 to 22 points, right? On a good week, right? You think about a team like Mr. Sarcastic that's got Josh Allen and Richardson, right? Two potential starters there. A team that like mine that's got Burrow or Goff. You could just end up being at a disadvantage. Michael having Herbert and a healthy Kyler Murray down the road. Prescott and Jones, right? You just don't want to have that second, quarterback disadvantage, right? Godfather, Lamar Jackson, C.J. Stroud, Russell Wilson, like, if you end up playing, don't get me wrong, you've got enough running backs to super flex a running back, but you just want to even out that second quarterback potential, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What's up, Kenobi? How are you, my dude? Always great to have you in the house. Yeah, CJ Stroud looks up to Michael Vick and Deshaun Watson. So, yeah. Godfather Tua is fragile, unfortunately, so Dolphins would be smart. Yeah, I think that's the whole point, right? I think they believe in Tua and they want to start Tua, but it would not hurt to have some insurance at a cheap price behind him, right? People are that high on Richardson. It's happening, man. It's happening. I like Richardson a little bit more when you could get him like in the 4th round. I don't mind Richardson as the 3rd quarterback off the board. But yeah, he's going to rise up, man. There's no doubt about it. He's rising up for sure. How are you, Kenobi? I'm glad you stopped by today, my dude. Kenobi! Washington going to be the team to make a move for Richardson with their newly acquired offensive coordinator. That would be interesting. I could see that happening, too. God, thanks for doing another mock. I just like to watch, though, or like to get on one of your fantasy leagues this upcoming season. For sure, bro. Obviously, you're a YouTube member, so you get a free invite to the Dynasty League. Just let me know, man. If you're not on the Discord, you got to be on the Discord. There's, not really another way for me to communicate that stuff with you guys. But, God, we'd love to have you in the Dynasty League. We'd love to have you in some of the exclusive redraft leagues since you are a YouTube member. And, we always do the free Catch Fam tournament every year that regardless if you're a YouTube member or not, you can get an invite for that. But all that is communicated through Discord. That link's in the description down below. Gob's on Discord. Yeah, send me a DM. And I'll get you a couple links. And whatever you want to hop into, we'll get you in gladly. Good to see you, my dude. Tom's like my squad overall. Really should have drafted a quarterback early, but I think I have enough depth to cover my super flex. Definitely agree with you. Appreciate it. Had fun, of course, Tommy. Appreciate you drafting today. Who looked better, Trey Lance or Richardson? That's interesting. I'd say Richardson as well. Kenobi, I've been getting on my fantasy baseball grind recently. Let's go, man. I've been kind of tempted. Like, Underdog is running a ton of best ball tournaments for baseball. I've been, tempted just to hop into one. Have you in the white bin? We've been great, man. Baby's doing awesome. Getting big. We just walked 2 miles before the stream. Grabbed some smoothies. Walked back home. They're doing great, man. Thank you for asking. Am I blind or was Corum not drafted? No. Is he going to NFL yet? I don't believe so. Out of the running back out of Michigan, right? He is, yeah. He's not entering the draft this year. He's going back to Michigan. Baseball fantasy was a lot of fun. A lot of players tough to pay attention to. Very much a grind. That's what I've heard. I'd probably be awful at it. We had a little Catch Fam basketball league, which Godfather and Kenobi, you guys are both in it, right? I think I won the toilet bowl. I was very, very awful at that. Shout out to Jerry for running that. Yeah, I won the toilet bowl. Let's go, baby. Let's see. P. Morley, what's up? Found the catch again. Don't watch content mid-season. You're a good guy. Looking forward. Let's go, bro. That was very kind of you to hop in and say here at the end of the stream. Appreciate you, man. Looking forward to the regular season as well, undoubtedly. Appreciate you, my dude. Thomas, voting for Dynasty drafts on Sundays. We can definitely roll with that moving forward. All right, we'll go over my team, then we'll wrap up here. Great stream today, guys. All right, so quarterback room. We got Joe Burrow, Goff, and Hooker. How? I'd be okay at this quarterback room. Like I said, I usually go quarterback in the first and second round, right? Like in a super flex or double quarterback league, regardless if it's Dynasty or redraft, it's usually just what I do. But we held back, and I was surprised that Goff fell out to 7.9. But obviously, I was happy. I think Goff will go in the same tier of Lance, Jones, Pickett, which he did. And we saw a lot of good value, a lot of good receiver value go in that same those same two rounds, as well as Joe Mixon. So I don't know if we'll realistically be there if I held off that long, but it was good for the purpose of today's mock. Then I kept holding off. Ended up with Hendon Hooker as well as Sam Howell. I'm okay with that, but I'd be playing Burrow and Goff for sure to start, right? Amon-Ra, Devonta Smith, Metcalf, Hyatt, Mooney, Zay Jones, Curtis Samuel, Van Jefferson. I actually love this receiver room. Van Jefferson at age 26, Curtis Samuel at age 26, Zay Jones at age 27, Mooney at age 25. So those are kind of like on the fence there, but in terms of later round picks, I think good picks. Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee, our landing spot for him was the Chiefs. I love him right there. Had a really good combine. Metcalf's age 25. Devonta Smith is age 24. Amon-Ra is age 23. I love this receiver room, man. Tight ends, we have Pat Freiermuth and Cole Kmet, two guys I absolutely adore at the position. Freiermuth is age 24. Kmet's age 23. I accidentally auto-picked Isaiah Spiller with my last pick, but I was going to try and lock up a tight end there. Like I said, I totally forgot I wanted to draft a late round rookie tight end. I did not. So kind of an asterisk there at the tight end position. But honestly, like even in a tight end premium league, like if I come out of my mock, or excuse me, out of my draft with just Freiermuth and Kmet, I'm not going to be that upset. But I would like that kind of additional security piece. Like to get a rookie in there as well, right? Running backs, we got Dameon Pierce, Montgomery, Gibson, McBride, Chase Brown, and Isaiah Spiller, which I didn't really draft Spiller, but he's on my team, right? So you guys have seen this in a lot of my mocks. I'm not putting as much focus on the running back position. When you look at the running back position in the NFL right now, it is just consistently kind of filtered through if you don't have one of those super top tier guys. And like in a super flex draft where we're playing three receivers, tight end premium, like receiver, quarterback, and tight end hold more merit than running back. And I just think that in a long-term dynasty league, like you'll be able to kind of filter through running backs a little bit easier, right? And plus, like if you get good rookie draft spots, like you're going to be able to lock up running backs pretty easily. I did want Pacheco in this draft. Mr. Sarcastic took him at 7.12. I was hoping he'd fall out to 8.4 where I got Hyatt. Still think I got really good value there. But like Dameon Pierce and Isaiah Pacheco, I would be extremely happy with going into a season, especially guys like Monty, Gibson, McBride, and Chase Brown behind those two guys. But nonetheless, we'll put a little bit more emphasis on Montgomery. So I'd be leaning on him. and Gibson, which would be a little bit scary, and we'll see what McBride and Chase Brown can do, right? So ultimately, I like this team. I love the receiver room, love the tight end room, good with the quarterback room, a little shaky outside of Goff and Burrow, though. Running backs aren't perfect, but I don't think they need to be perfect. Happy with my quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends, which is what's most important for me. So, all right, let me catch back up here. Taylor, have a great night, my dude. Peace out. Let's see. Catch from March Madness. We could probably throw that together on Discord. Was Darnell Washington taken? Yes. That's one of the guys I wanted. He went at 15.2 to Nick. Spencer. What's up, dude? Congrats on being a channel member for 7 months. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Steven sucks at fantasy. The Stern Dynasty starts soon, and y'all gonna hate my reign of dominance I'm about to impose. Gotta love the fresh trash talk that Spencer brings to the channel, to our leagues, and always, always, always appreciate your support, Spencer. I was wondering if you're gonna hop in today's draft or not. We'll have to get you in one soon. A league I used to play in, we did draft order for next season, NFL based on how well you finished. Oh, and picking the NCAA tournament. That's interesting. Shane. We'll go over your team real quick, and then I got to wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. Fields, Watson, Love, Tannehill. I'd be okay with that quarterback room. I like the Love pick behind Watson and Fields. Tannehill just kind of placeholder, right? Hawkinson, Gesicki, Conklin. Interesting tight end room. I'm okay with leaning on Hawkinson a bit. Gesicki and Conklin I don't love. I'd rather have Jelani Woods or Musgrave. And like I don't hate Conklin as the final pick. But I mean he's age 27. I don't know. I would just like to see maybe a rookie sprinkled in there, right? Plus I think Conklin and Gesicki are set to be free agents. I mean, I don't know Conklin for sure, but Gesicki definitely. Waddle, London, Burks, Brown, Cooper, Tillman, Thomas, Palmer, Gallup. Great receiver room. Nothing to knock there. First running back was in the 8th round in Aaron Jones. You got Zeke, you got Bigsby, you got Singletary. I mean, we just talked about how running back is not as important to me. I don't love this running back room. It's more of a win now running back style. You'd be going after running backs pretty heavily, but I mean, you kind of have the receiver capital to do so, right? Don't love the late round tight ends. Love the receiver room. I'd try to get one more running back, you know, even if it's just a dart throw. Just try to get someone at the end of the draft who brings you some youth, right? I don't mind going the extra quarterback here, but maybe somewhere in this range, you just take a flyer with a rookie running back, right? Or even a young running back, Michael Carter, Jalen Warren, TDP, just Zamir Knight, like just somebody, right? But ultimately, love this receiving room, good at the quarterback room. Like I said, not my favorite late round tight ends. I'd like to see a rookie sprinkled in there, but I love Hawkinson, right? And like you can get by with Jones and Elliott. I think Bigsby is a good pick where you got him, right? And even Singletary is not a bad pick. His status kind of a question mark for next season, but yeah, maybe just a little bit more youth, a little bit more depth at running back behind Zeke and Jones, and maybe the same for the tight end position. But ultimately, good enough squad, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up the stream for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Thank you guys for talking fantasy, going over the combine with me. Thank you guys for drafting with me. Appreciate you guys so much, man. I really do. It was a great stream, a great draft by you guys today. You guys absolutely killed it. Lots of good conversation today. So, yeah, man, that'll wrap things up. Guys, we still have two or three spots left for our Dynasty League. So we've got one league filled. We're trying to fill the second league. So let me know, guys. If you guys are interested, send me a DM on Discord. Let me know under the Dynasty thread, whatever you need to do. Do you need to be an active YouTube member to stay eligible for the Dynasty League? So just keep that in mind. There will be more exclusive redraft leagues coming up for our YouTube members this season as well. So that'll do it. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. If you guys are new to the channel, check out the links down below. Join our Discord. Follow us on Instagram. Best 2 places to get updates for the channel as well as mock draft invites. And hit that subscribe button on the way out if you guys are new to the channel. So that'll do it. Murley, cheers to you. Thomas, Spencer, Shane, Godfather, Kenobi. By the way, did you guys watch the new episode of The Mandalorian? It was okay. It was good. Gob, Albert, Coast to Coast, Nick, J-Dubs, Taylor, Michael, Miss Sarcastic, Chase, Antonio, James, Sir Bongs a lot, and everyone else who hung out, everyone else who stopped by. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today, for spending part of your Sunday here on the channel. Thomas, mock tomorrow. Yep, we'll be running a mock. I don't know. I will probably do a redraft mock, but we'll see. Maybe I'll put it to a vote on Discord or something. But yeah, we'll mock tomorrow for sure. Shane, I was happy to have Mando back. I was too. And if you guys are Star Wars fans, I am begging you, if you have not already, watch Andor. It is probably the best Star Wars content we have gotten maybe ever. It is so good. Not the same style as like the Boba Fett show or Mandalorian, but it is so incredible. I've been watching it through for a second time. It is definitely worth watching. So, but yeah, I was happy to have Mando back as well. I'm interested to see how the season plays out. I thought the first episode was good for sure. So, Shane says Andor was great, 100%. Man, it was so good. All right, guys. We'll have some discussion on Discord, Instagram, and stuff about how the running back position worked out at the combine. And hit me up on Discord and Instagram if you guys need anything. And that'll wrap it up. So, love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam, man. Everyone have a great Sunday. Everyone be safe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. With that, I will say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch.